Hello and welcome back. Today I'd like to talk about all the things that you need to put on a list so that you can prepare to reopen your business. It's going to be so important because they're talking about a staged reopening of the country. It'll go by state. Each state may have different counties open up. Counties may have cities open up differently. So there's going to be a whole patchwork of rules and regulations that we're all going to have to follow. Be that as it may, the public is the ultimate decider in how your business is going to really reopen. People are scared and they're still thinking about the consequences of getting the COVID-19 virus. So you're going to have to understand that safety is the most important thing that every customer has on their minds. So make a plan and train your team. Here's some things you need to take into consideration. Cleaning has to be very visible. It's going to have to be maybe a permanent position where you have somebody on the floor of your store or your restaurant at all times, cleaning the tables, cleaning the shelves. People need to see that the door handles are constantly wiped. It should be a designated job so that people understand and feel safe when they walk into your business. When there are people sitting around eating in a restaurant afterwards, they're going to watch how you break down a table, how you clean a table. Are you going to wipe down all the chairs? Are you going to replace the napkins and the placemats and things like that? So, you've got to have a plan from the standpoint of how people are going to see you do the cleaning and management of the safety in the business. Some other things you may want to think about, I think would be very important. Is automatic door openers. And I know that many businesses like grocery stores and stuff have those automatic doors that are done by a sensor that opens them up. But many small businesses don't have that. But there are companies out there that make these, what I call foot pulls, where it's a little plate that extends out from the door. You put your foot on it, pull the door open with your foot. You put a little sign saying, for your convenience, we now use the foot pull so you don't have to touch the door handle. That's going to make a lot of people feel very comfortable. All of our businesses have heating and air conditioning. I would look into HEPA air filters. Your standard filters that you use right now are good, but they're primarily designed to keep out dust and prevent dirt from getting back into the business. But a HEPA air filter provides protection from biological and viruses and very small particles. So it is a little bit more, but go online or talk to, if you had a company that maintains your air conditioning and heating for you, they can get you the filters. But if you go online, type in the name of your manufacturer, see what type of HEPA filters are available. You can do it yourself. But again, that's something that you can tell your customers about, that you can tell your staff about. They keep the air very, very clean. Face masks. Face masks are something we used to see, when you go to Asia, you would see people in Japan or Asian countries wearing it. It's almost a custom. It's probably the new custom here. So having face masks for your staff and even having extra face masks for customers, I think would be an important tool. I think as we move past this crisis, you'll be able to order face masks. They'll have different colors. Maybe you could even have them branded or something. The idea is to make it not look as clinical, but right now you get a clinical look when you wear a face mask. You have to test your team and your customers. The team is probably more important because they're going to be there the longest and they're going to be interacting with each other. So they have these instant read thermometers, these infrared thermometers that you can get. I've seen on some of the airlines now are doing a pinprick blood test that may not be out in mass market at the time, but just having a thermometer and talking to your staff saying, if you don't feel well, don't come in. We're going to check. As far as customers, that it depends on the business. If a person's coming into a store, they're going to be there and there's going to be a lot of spacing, and maybe you may not have to do the thermo test on the customer, but it may be something to consider for people like in a restaurant. They're going to be there for a half hour or so. So you can check that. And as far as restaurants, you're probably going to have rules issued by your city or county that are going to force you to operate at 50% capacity or space out your tables a certain way so that people are within out of 6 feet of each other. I'd also tell people what you're doing. write down all these things. Have a little card, a little promo card, or a little card that you can hand out or have available at if you're a restaurant, at the greeting stand, or if you're at a store, you have it at your registered point of purchase, so people know all the steps you're taking, that you've changed filters, that you clean the bathrooms every half hour. Just list all the things that you want that you're going to be doing to make things safe and clean. People will be comparing you. They're going to compare you against other businesses, maybe not even in your category. So it's important to have a list and a defined, and to look out and see what other people are doing as well. Maybe there are things that in your industry that you may just have to do just specifically for that industry. Be ready to respond to criticism. People are going to complain. They're going to feel inconvenienced. They've been frustrated the last month with this quarantine. So you're going to get criticisms. You're going to get complaints on social media. People are going to take a picture of people gathering in front of your shop, and even though it's not your fault that people don't maintain a 6 feet or whatever distancing there is, or people don't want to wear a mask, you're going to get the bad image. So be prepared to deal with those kind of things, because people can just take a phone and take a picture of what's going on. They'll take a picture of how you're cleaning your table, how you're handling, talking to customers and so on. So most stores now and banks now, or banks have always had guards, but I've seen it even at the post office where they put those sneeze guards up, where there's a barrier between the clerk and the customer service person and the public. But in any case, be ready for whatever people are looking, or they're looking for things to do, maybe not intentionally, but they'll see something and then you may have a problem. So be prepared to deal directly with them, and to respond to any complaints that they may have on social media. I have found even now, when we work with clients, that we've seen some complaints where people have taken pictures, and Yelp, and it's not taking them down. They're saying that's a real experience, so be careful. Have daily meetings. Just because you think you've trained them, you've got to keep reinforcing it. This is all new behavior. These are all new things. So it's probably going to be forever and ever. We're going to have daily meetings about safety. So have a daily meeting with your team. That way they remember. They will have and they'll know all the things that you're doing. And if the customer asks, they'll know that let's say they have air filters in, or you're cleaning all the light switches every 15 minutes or whatever it is that you're doing. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. There's some ideas here, so please stay tuned. I'll have another video up next week. Thanks.